Graham, where did you feel it went wrong for you this afternoon?
Oh, we didn't start the best, that's for sure. And you don't want to come to anywhere and give them the boost and yourself the uphill battle. But if I'm honest, our play was too slow too often. Their two centre halves were inspired. They defended their goal with real aggression, real determination, and despite our best efforts, and there were a lot of forward efforts in that second half particularly, despite our best efforts, they just showed that little bit more desire to keep a clean sheet than we did to put the ball in the net.
Yeah, because you had plenty of play, didn't you, in the second half, lots of the ball, but they were very, very dogged, weren't they? As I think you expected they would be.
Well, we know, the results that they've ground out recently, beating the Fleetwoods and beating the Wigans. They've worked hard to get themselves together and get something going, and you could see what they have got going. They've got a resilience, a determination. As I say, the two centre halves were immense. They got people working in front of them. They were getting out to the ball. They were getting back in. They were keeping it tight, and they worked very, very hard to deny us spaces to play our football in. We changed the way we were playing in the second half to get the ball wider and to get down the sides and to stretch the game a little bit more. But every time we opened them up and got the ball in the box, it was their two centre halves, who rightly, one of them getting man of the match, showed that little bit more than we did, and we need to learn from that.
Yeah, I saw you gesturing in the second half. Was the message move the ball quicker, just try and move it that little bit quicker to move them around a bit more?
Well, 100%. I thought our build-up play was far too slow. Too many touches in deep areas, and if you take too many touches in deep areas and you slow it down, you're not creating pictures that are disturbing their defensive organisation. They were sitting in, they were keeping it tight, they were denying us the space in behind, they were keeping their pack together, and they made it difficult. But we need to show more intelligence and more wit, and part of that is about moving the ball quicker. From the back, you get time, you get given time, but you don't take that time. You've got to make sure the ball is on the move.
Yeah, and when you're trying to get back into a game, those conditions don't help, because it's very difficult to get your first touch and control the ball more than anything else, I suppose.
Listen, the conditions were difficult, both in terms of the weather and in terms of the pitch. You couldn't play silky football or quick football because the pitch underfoot was very uneven, and you saw balls bouncing up on players, and it was difficult. But you have to adapt to conditions, dominate conditions, be better than the conditions. We can't use those as an excuse.
Yeah, Samuelson, his first start in at Posh. How did you feel he did?
Well, 65 minutes. It's his first starting league football, and I'm sure that we're going to go on to have many more football league minutes in his career.
Yeah, it's a defeat, but let's put it into perspective. It's the first defeat in a long time, the end of October, and you're still on a decent run and well placed, aren't you, in the division?
Well, you have to be good in victory and you have to be good in defeat, and being good is about learning and improving, and it's not the best afternoon for us. We'll be disappointed, I'm sure, when I look at the match stats. It was us who did most of the forward foraging throughout the 90 minutes, us who had most of the possession, us who had most of the shots, attempts at goal, but our finishing lacked clinicality. Our shooting from distance was poor today, and they were putting us under a lot of pressure and worked very hard defensively, and you have to give them credit.
Yeah, and you have to bounce back now for a very, very busy period starting on Boxing Day, of course.
Yeah, I think people sometimes make too much of Christmas. Yeah, you get a couple of quick games on a Saturday and a Monday, and then you get a game in New Year. But I mean, Christmas is just another couple of games, and it's 6 more points that are there to be won, 9 more including the game on January the 2nd. So we have to get ourselves ready to be much better next weekend.
Yeah, it looked like an impact injury for Elder, one on the shin.
Yeah, I think it was a foot injury actually. Very, very sore. He's a tough lad, so I'm sure it was a little bit more than just the occasional bruise, but we'll see how it settles down.
Yeah, and Fox obviously came on, a good appearance for him, and 75 minutes under his belt this afternoon.
Yeah, it's the longest he's played in one period. He'll get better for sure. It's a learning experience for him, and both positionally, decision making. It's all that little bit quicker than the football he's used to playing. So good learning experience for him.